Hello, it's 9 p.m. You are watching on live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The first meeting of a strong ICRC delegation. And on the international scenes, in Denmark, a large majority for yes to entry into EU defense policy. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. His Excellency the Prime Minister Abdulkadir Kamil Mohammed received today a delegation from the International Committee of Red Cross. The delegation was presented to the Prime Minister, Chairman of the National Committee of the Red Cross. The meeting took place in the presence of the technical advisor to the Prime Minister, Mr. Ali Silai, and the Director of Information, Ms. Shukri Ali. The two sides discussed a number of issues of a common interest, especially ways to enhance the distinguished cooperation partnership existing between Djibouti and the International Committee of Red Cross. The Prime Minister Abdulkadir Kamil Mohammed gave thanks and gratitude to the delegation for their working visit to Djibouti. Indeed, the Djibouti Red Crescent conclude this morning, Thursday, the extraordinary work of the General Assembly in the corridors of the People's Palace. This occasion took place in the presence of the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdou, and the President of the Djibouti Red Crescent, Mr. Abdi Farah Ahmed, in the addition to other guests. In this, it is worth noting that this meeting of Djibouti Red Crescent was established on the basis of Geneva Convention and the basic principles of the international movement of the Red Cross and the Red Crescent, and was established on the 1st of August 1777. The Djibouti Red Crescent Society aims to achieve the humanitarian purpose of the International Red Cross in application of the principles and international humanitarian cooperation established by the International Geneva Convention, and in accordance with the basic principle of the Red Crescent and the Cross Society, and implemented a project of the program, such a program in the area of social service and health awareness. It was today, Thursday, the Prime Minister Abdulkadir Kamil Mohammed awarded the Director General of the CAC International Bank, Mr. Ahmed Al Dayib, the order of 27 June with the rank of officer in the appreciations of the effort he made during his work in the country. The Prime Minister praised the tireless effort that he made, which contributed to the strengthening banking service, the bank of the country. It was today the Minister of Agriculture organized an event for the delivery of a tanker truck provided by the United Nations Children's Fund, known as UNICEF. The event took place in the presence of the Minister of Agriculture, Water and Fisheries, in charge of the fisheries, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Awale, the UNICEF representative, Ms. Melva Johnson, with the representative of European Union, and many other representative of various public organizations in the country. The idea comes within the framework of the implementation of a project supported by the European Union and the the intergovernmental authorities on the international development, with the aim of strengthening the response of the government of Djibouti to the effort and the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic in relation to the supply of drinking water. This tanker truck will be delivered to the authorities of Tajora region in favor of the Balho sub-district to supply them with water, especially during the dry season. In her intervention, the representative of the United Nations Children's Fund expressed her happiness to participate in the occasion dedicated to the delivery of a tanker strike, which will play the important roles in providing water for the benefit of the citizens rising in Tajura. For his part, the minister, he said, the district in particular who suffer from the scourge drought. This occasion comes within the framework of implementation of a project supply and support by the European Union, and this is aimed at accelerating the process of responding to the requirement of people, he said, in the Tajura areas. He expressed the commitment of readiness to work alongside with Djiboutian government through the Ministry of Trade and also especially in the FAO. He said in his speech also, the representative of the European Union ordered the citizenship living in Tajura, the water crisis in remote areas, and also accordance with the directive of representative of the Republic, we have launched several years ago many projects in this context. We have made effort in the past 20 years where this project led to the establishment of the well-being of water tank with the capacity of ranking from 5,000 to 2,000 cubic meters as a guarantee of water supply. The tanker track that we provide in remote areas such as the northern district in Tajura, the governor in order to respond to this citizenship requirement when they are in broken well. This track will fill, he said, as a part of this Djibouti government's donation. The Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, received this morning in his office a high-ranking delegation from the World Bank led by the energy specialists. The objective of this meeting, which was held in the presence of the Director General of the Electricity Authorities in Djibouti, Mr. Jama Ali Agile, and a senior official in the Ministry of Energy, was aimed at introducing the manager of a future project of the World Bank in the file of energy in Djibouti, who will take place in office as July 1st, 2022, especially for the project of second electrical, the interconnection line between Djibouti, Ethiopia, and the other locality program. It is also aimed to expand access to the electricity for about 14,000 families belonging to the most vulnerable segment of Djiboutian population in the capital and in the interior region. This also provides an opportunity for the World Bank to access the progress of second electrical interconnection line project between Djibouti and Ethiopia. The Minister Yunis Ali Gedi and the World Bank delegation promised to redouble their effort to underline this project. With the approach of the June 6th, the anniversary of establishment and National Army Forces preparation continue in full swing for the second day in Sheikh Osman camp with the participation of various until of defense and security forces. 2 years after the military parade, the most most prominent event in this celebration was suspended due to the restrictions related to the COVID-19 pandemic, which negatively affected the global system and economy completely. The 45th anniversary will be celebrated this year. In this context, the Army Forces and the National Gendarmerie, the Navy and the Coast Guard, along with the National Police, which is concerned with the ensuring stability and national sovereignty, will participate in the military parade, raising the banner of unity in an effort to find out the outgoing preparation to the commemorate this. In order to commemorate this anniversary, the Chief of the General Staff of the Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, went last Monday, corresponding to the 3rd of last May, to the technical and the tactic center to Sheikh Osman Camp, accompanied by the Chief of Defense, Major General Tahir Ali, after being received by Colonel Tahir Hassan, the commander of the units participating in the celebration of Chief of the General Staff, attended a military parade presented by the various team and formation of defense and security forces, which began with the Army's national music band. It was today the People's Palace hosted a workshop on presenting the rescues mobilization strategy developed for the 2021 action plan for the disability strategy. This workshop was chaired by the General Director of the National Agency for Persons with Disabilities, Mr. Douali Said, and the representative of the United Nations Development Program in Djibouti, with the participation of other guests. The government pays special attention to enhance and to improve the living condition of people with disability throughout the country. Endorsed by all stakeholders, this strategy constitutes a structured summary of property action to be taken to improve the provision of essential service to persons with disability, enhance access to livelihood, and build an inclusive society. The primary tasks of this agency are to provide social support and professional integration for people with special need, and to work for the success of their effort for equal rights and opportunity in addition to the health care. In his speech on this occasion, the Director General spoke about the importance of this workshop, and he emphasized that the UNDP will continue to advance the right of people with special need in Djibouti, and intend to support the government through the National Agency for Persons with Special Need in its effort to bring together and mobilize all partners to build an inclusive Djibouti society. The Director General of the National Hygiene Authorities, Mr. Sharmaki Yusuf Musa, received this morning in his office the Mayor of Djibouti City, Mr. Saeed Daoud, as a part of a workshop visit held at a meeting focused on the future project and initiative for the city of Djibouti to face all difficulties and challenges into beautified the capital of Djibouti in the preparation for the celebration of the glorious Independence Day, which falls on June 27 of each year. The Director General of the National Office, Mr. Sharmake, welcomed the Mayor of the city, Mr. Saeed Daoud, and his companion upon their arrivals at the headquarters of the National Office, and the IG in the he highlighted the activities related to the development of the city of Djibouti. The two parties agreed to enhance cooperation, especially with regard to the project to claim up the capital in the accordance with the roadmap drawn by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, which is to completely beautify Djibouti city. The examination for the completion of the preparatory stage for the year 2022 for ninth grade students in the Dakhel region began yesterday morning in the examination center established in this region. In this regard, more than 700 male and female students took the writing exam to complete the preparatory stage in the four exam center in Dakhel region, especially Dakhel city, Mulud, Yobaki, and Asaila. The examination center have opened their doors for students to take writing exam such as French and mathematics, and the regional authorities from the governor, the prefect of the region, Mr. Aden Musadarar, and the head of regional council, Mahad, but also the Ministry of Education, who is in charge of monitoring the proper conduct of the exam, have created the condition for students to these exams in favor the favorable condition in accordance with the policies of decentralization. These writing exams were held in a good atmospheres. The municipalities the exam were held in the 20 center in the interior region. In the northern city now, especially in Oboh region, yesterday, Wednesday morning, the exams for the completion, preparatory stage for the year 2022 for the ninth grade students in the Oboh region were launched in the examination center established in this region. In this regard, more than 120 students took the writing exams to complete the preparatory stage in the three center. The delegation headed by the governor of Oboh region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Benoita, and composed of head of regional council. And also the inspectors, member of education supervision team, the police and gendarmerie officials made an inspection visit to the examination center to ensure the smooth running of the exams. These students were also well received. And now in Tajora region, the examination for completion of the preparatory stage for the year 2022 for the ninth grade students started yesterday, Wednesday, in the city of Tajora in the examination center established. In this regard, the more than 121 male and female students took the writing exams to complete the preparatory stage in the sixth exam center in Tajura. The delegation was headed by the Deputy Governor of Tajura region, Mr. Habib Jilani, and made up of Deputy Chairman of the Regional Council, Abdul Qadir Umar, and the head of the national regional inspector, member of the education supervision team, and gendarmerie and police official made an inspection visit to the examination center to ensure the smooth running of the exam in Tajura region, but also in all the city of Tajura. Similar to the capital and other interior region, the exam for the completion of a preparatory stage for the year 2022 for the grade students in Arta region were launched yesterday morning at the examination center established in the region. In this regard, more than 373 male and female students took the writing exam to complete the preparatory stage in the 6th center in Arta region, and also the delegation headed by the prefect of Arta region, Mr. Muhammad Sheikh Hassan, and the head of regional council, Mr. Almi Buh, the head of the board of regional inspector, member of the educational supervision team, police and gendarmerie official made an inspection visit to the examination center to ensure the smooth running of the exams. The students were also well received in accordance with the policy of decentralizations. These writing exams were held in the capitals in about 19 center in various municipalities, while the exams were held in a 20 center in the Arta region. With the end of the school year approaching, Row and public educational institution organized various celebrations as Eli's schools organized a party dedicated to the conclusion of a new school's year. The celebration began at 8 o'clock in the morning with traditional songs and dances and cultural performance presented by the students in front of a large presence of school teacher and students' parents. The end of the school's year ceremony include many traditional heritage and modern artistic playing some musical pieces for some talent, reciting some poems, sports, and even cultural competition in order to encourage children and other things that delighted students and young students are trained on the celebration of a wild eagle in order to present a beautiful picture of him to an audience who are mostly parents of students. And now moving on to the international scenes, by a majority of about 67%, the dancers voted in a referendum on Wednesday evening in favor of cancelling the policy of no association with the European Common Security and Defence Agreement, according to the country's public radio. With this result, Denmark will end the policy of detachment that it has pursued for nearly 3 decades, and the country will be able to participate in the joint military operation of the European Union and cooperate to develop the military capacity of the bloc. Denmark has been a member of the European Union since 1973, and in 1992, the country held a referendum that rejected the European Security Defense Agreement and that pursue its own defense policies separate from the bloc. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.